Hello students and welcome to the second part of the radiographic testing. Myself Shankhu Ghosh, Assistant Professor of Automobile Engineering Department at Dr. Sudhir Chandra Sood Degree Engineering College under the JIS group. Today we'll discuss the second part of the radiographic testing which is the topics of non-destructive testing and applications subjects, which is the 7th semester automobile engineering students subjects. This is the module number 6, radiographic testing. In the second part of radiographic testing, we'll discuss different types of inspection techniques and various type of radiographic processes and its application of radiographic testing, advantage and disadvantage of this radiographic testing. So students, let's start the radiographic testing. Second part, the inspection technique. With the various techniques available, the choice of appropriate one is made on the basis of geometry, size, sensitivity, requirement, in situ, space availability, etc. The techniques followed for various engineering components for radiographic inspections are given below. That are single wall, single image techniques, double wall penetration techniques, latitude techniques, and the spatial techniques. So let's start with this single wall, single image techniques. This technique is used when both the sides of specimen are accessible. This is used for plates, cylinder, cell, and large diameter pipe. This technique is shown here in the picture. The source is kept outside and the film inside, or the vice versa. The weld is exposed part by part. In this technique, radiographic source is kept in the center of the pipe and the film is fixed around the weld on the outer surface of the pipe. The total circumferential weld length is exposed at a time. This technique reduces the examination time considerably. So students, these are the single wall, single image techniques. Next is double wall penetration technique. The double wall penetration techniques can be effectively adapted in 3 different methods based on the prevailing pipe diameter and site restriction. They are double wall size single image, double wall single image, double wall double image, and double wall superimposing image, double wall superimposing image. So let's start this double wall single image. The radiation source generally is kept. The radiation source is generally kept on the pipe or very near to the outer diameter and just near the weld, so that the source side weld is not falling on the film side weld. This technique is employed for the pipes with diameter more than 90 mm outer diameter. The IQI is placed on the film side. The IQI means image quality indicator. This IQI is placed on the film side. Here, film side well only can be interpreted, as the interpretable wavelength is being small. This technique requires a number of exposure to cover the entire wavelength depending upon the pipe diameter. Next is double wall double image. In this technique is specially suited for the smaller diameter pipe up to 90 mm outer diameter. The radiation source is kept at a distance with an offset from the axis of the weld to avoid the superimposing of the source side weld over the film side weld and to obtain an elliptical image on the film. The IQI or image quality indicator is positioned on the source side. In this, both the source and the film side welds can be interpreted from the image. This requires minimum of 2 exposure. It is perpendicular to each other to cover the entire circumference of the weld. Third one is superimposing techniques. This technique is attempted whenever the required offset to obtain double image could not be possible due to the side restriction for the pipe with the diameter up to 90 mm outer diameter. The source is kept at a distance without offset. Thereby, the source side weld is superimposed on the film side weld. On the film, the IQI or image quality indicator is positioned on the source side. This requires minimum of 3 exposure each at 120 degree apart to convert the entire length of the weld. So students, these are the double wall penetration techniques. Next is latitude techniques. Latitude of a film is closely associated with the contrast. It is the range of thickness of a material that can be recorded on the radiograph within the useful range of film density. A high contrast film has less latitude, and conversely a low contrast film may higher latitude. There is a limitation on the specimen. There is a limitation on the specimen thickness range that can be inspected satisfactorily in a single radiograph. One method of extending this thickness range and thereby reducing the number of exposure required for a particular specimen involves the simultaneously exposure of two film of different speed. When two film of different speeds, when two films of different speeds are used to image the same subject in one exposure, the latitudes of the films are summed to expand the latitude of the films are summed to expand the total latitude for the exposure. The technique is called the double film technique. With the proper selection of film and exposure condition, with the proper selection of film and exposure conditions, the thicker selection will be recorded on the faster film. The thicker thicker sections will be recorded on the faster film, and the thinner section on the slower film. The double film techniques can be used with or without LED screen. A center screen between the two films may also be used to advantage. Using the above factor, manipulation can be done to get the better latitudes. So students, these are the latitude techniques. The next is spatial techniques. In a complex part, it is often required to consider certain area individually or prepare a separate techniques for each area. Some pipelines are designed to have the configuration of core pipe and an envelope pipe to meet the intended purpose. Double enveloped wells can be tested by using multi-wall penetration technique. Multi-wall penetration technique can be divided into two parts, that is multi-wall single image techniques and the multi-wall double image techniques. In these techniques, the radiation beam penetrates all the four walls. So in this technique, radiation beam penetrates all the four walls. Due to the geometry of the joint, the interpretable wavelength in a single exposure is much reduced. In both the techniques, compared to the technique normally employed for the same diameter pipe. In the multi-wall single image techniques is used for the double envelope pipe for more than 90 mm outer diameter, and the interpretable length is ascertained by the radiographic well density. Hence, the number of exposure are required to cover the entire length of the weld. Next is multi-wall double image techniques. In this techniques is used for double envelope pipe of 90 mm outer diameter or less. Usually four exposure are taken for each weld joint. Proper care should be taken to keep the film normal to the radiation beam without wrapping the film on the pipe. The angular gap is the angular gap is estimated from the film by taking care of the enlargement of the image of the core and the envelope pipes. Minimum of three exposure are to be taken each at 120 degree apart to access the angular gap in various directions. So students, these are the multiple double image techniques. Now come to the advanced techniques of the radiography. There are three types of advanced technique, that is real-time radiography, microfocal radiography and neutron radiography. So students, let's start with this real-time radiography. Real-time radiography uses X or gamma radiation, as does conventional radiography, to produce a visible volumetric image. A major difference is in viewing the image. During the film radiography, the image is viewed. During the film radiography, the image is viewed in a static mode. During real-time radiography, the image is interrupted generally at the same time as the radiation passes through the object. Another difference of real-time image is that a positive image is normally presented. A positive image which is normally presented, whereas the X-ray film gives a negative image, where the X-ray film gives a negative image. The image intensifier is a large glass enclosed electron tube. The image intensifier is a large glass enclosed electron tube. The function of the image intensifier is to convert radiation to light, light to electron for intensification, and electron back to light for the viewing. To make the conversion, the tube is contained an input for phosphor, a photocathode accelerating and focusing electrodes, and a final output phosphor. Like the fluorescent screen, the input phosphor converts the radiation passing through the object to a light image. Photocathodes emit electrons when excited by the input phosphor light. Conversion is necessary because waves in the electromagnetic spectrum cannot be accelerated, whereas electrons can be accelerated, The acceleration of the electrons produces a brighter image when they are recovered back to light by the output phosphor. The real-time radiography has the advantage of high speed and low cost of inspection. Real-time radiography concept can be applied in the case of microfocal radiography. In real-time microfocal radiography, zooming or projection magnification of the object is carried out by dynamically positioning the object with the manipulators between the X-ray tube and image receptor. Higher the magnification, more the details one can see. Automatic defect recognition, or ADR, is another application of the real-time radiography. ADR is applied ADR is applied to part which can be inspected for the presence or absence of certain components, materials for or the presence or absence of bending agent such as solder or brazing. ADR may also be used at very high speed for objects that can be scanned and interrogated by intensity statics, pixel statics, or the similar window techniques for void inclusion or other anomalies with a good contrast against the surrounding material. Fluorescent units have the disadvantage of lower sensitivity due to the higher unsharpness of the screen. So students, these are the real radiography techniques. Newton radiography. Next is Newton radiography or NR is a valuable NDT technique that is identical in principle to the conventional radiography but complementary with respect to the nature of the information obtained. The history of Newton radiography with thermal neutron can be traced theoretically after the discovery of neutron by Chadwick in the year of 1932. Thewels and Derbyshire produces the first reactor-based neutron radiography in 1956 using a reactor beam of the 8 MW EPO reactor at Harwell. Commercial interest in neutron radiography began in the mid of 1960s and today these techniques, apart from its application in nuclear industry, find extensive application in aerospace and other industry. This Newton radiography extends the ability to image the internal structure of a specimen beyond what can be accomplished with photon radiation. Similarities as well as obvious differences exist when neutron radiography is compared to photon radiography. Similarity include the ability to produce a visual record of changes in density, thickness and composition of a specimen. It is the difference between the techniques which provide the advantage of neutron radiography over photon radiography. The basic principle underlying in these techniques is due to the penetrating nature of neutron radiation and its differential absorption by the material to obtain details of the internal structure. Just as in conventional radiography, in neutron radiography also the object to be examined is placed in the collimated neutron beam. Neutron on passing through the object are differentially absorbed. This absorption depends on the atomic number, thickness of the material, homogeneity and composition. The geometric pattern of the transmitted neutron intensity is recorded using a suitable detector and the visualized. The graphical representation of the mass absorption coefficient, of the element for the thermal Newton and the X radiation. It can be seen that the mass absorption coefficient for Newton abruptly change and present a random picture when the plotted against regularity, increasing the atomic number of absorber. On the other hand, the X-ray mass absorption coefficients increase with the atomic number in a regular fashion. The differences in absorption coefficient between the Newton and the X-ray suggest a number of possible applications for Newton radiography, such as the examination of dense material like uranium, lead, etc. Detection of light material evolved in denser material. Differentiating between isotope of same element and examination of radiating radioactive material due to the availability of image detection methods which are not sensitive to the associated gamma rays. So students, these are the Newton radiography. Now comes the application of the radiographic testing. This is used to detect the internal defects. This testing is used to detect the porosity, casting, lack of fusion in welding and cracks. To measure the geometry variation and the thickness of the component, this radiographic testing is used. Now comes to the benefits of the radiographic testing. The technique is not limited by material type or density. It can inspect, assemble components, minimum surface preparation required, detects both surface and the subsurface defects. It provides a permanent record. Of the inspection. Then comes to the limitation. Many safety precautions for the use of high intensity radiation is required. Many hours of technician training prior to use. Access to both sides of sample require. Orientation of equipment and flaws can be critical. Expensive initial equipment cost. So students, today we'll cover the second part of the radiographic testing, which is covered the inspection techniques of radiographic testing, advanced radiographic testing techniques, and application, advantage and disadvantages of the radiographic testing. So students, from this radiographic testing we will learn about its definition, its working principle, components, then its radiographic images, X-ray sources, radiation sources, radiation field techniques, the advanced techniques. So this is the radiographic method. So students, the next class we will discuss on a new topic. Still now, then stay at home and stay safe. Thank you so much.